Hello there, I'm Bill Apgar. I'm with the Capital Senior Environment Corps, the chapter of the Pennsylvania Senior Environment Corps, which represents Perry, Dauphin, and Cumberland County. And I'd like to introduce you to one of the three teams that we have here on the Yellow Breeches Creek. This is what we call our XTeam, which handles the middle part of the creek. And we're here at McCormick Road today to do macroinvertebrates. This is the first site ever sampled in the PASEC program. This is Stacy Russell. She just joined our team about a week ago. Leon Oberdick, who is retired DEP Regional Water Quality Manager, and he just joined our program here. And we have the oldest member of PASEC, Homer Foster. He's 99, and it was April 9th he was 99.
All right.
And joined about the same time I did, and that was February of 01 we started. And then Jack McGinley was actually the original guy on this team. He was the one that was the captain originally, and he's a retired military guy down at the base, down at the Army base. And he's been with the program, what, about 8 years?
I'm a retired civilian employee.
So there you have, that's the X-Team for the Yellow Breeches Creek sampling. Oh yeah, we have those other fellows. We have two other fellows, Jay Dunn, who had a family affair to take care of, and we have Ron Shuey. And Ron's had some surgery recently and he couldn't join us today. But those are the other two main members of our group at this point. Okay, this sampling team. We have two other teams on the Yellow Breeches Creek, a lower area. Art Skoning is the captain there, and then we have a team upstream. Bob Tate is the captain for that sampling team. So we have about 16 or 17 people doing the Yellow Breeches Creek, which is the most sampling we have anywhere in the three-county area, really.
Okay, this is Jack McGinley on your right and Leon Oberdick on your left. Leon has a kick seine, and Jack is out there. He's scruffing up the bottom with a cultivator unit like you use for your garden. And what they're essentially going to do is try to disturb about a 1 square meter area in front of the net, because the net is about 1 square meter. And then he has to stir this up because a lot of these organisms are sort of crawlers, or they attach themselves to the rocks, and we need to disturb them. In fact, I have to get a brush here and throw it out to them, because they got to pick up some of the rocks and scour them, because otherwise you won't get a lot of the creatures, particularly like the caddisflies. They will stick to the rock, and you'll think you don't have them. They're there all along. So he's going to spend a couple minutes just stirring up the bottom. And hopefully the water will all go into the kick seine, and then Leon will lift up the kick seine and bring it back in here, and then we'll put it on the table and start identifying.
And Bill, you do this how many times per sampling routine?
Twice a year. Although each time we do the sampling is 3 times we go out. And we do we work our way upstream. Start downstream, work upstream, so we don't disturb the previous site.
Okay, my name is Leon Oberdick. I was employed by the Department of Environmental Resources and then Environmental Protection for 35 years in water pollution control. So I'm extremely interested in continuing on with assisting in whatever I can with regard to water pollution control and keeping the streams healthy, bringing them back, things of that nature. And I'm very enthusiastic about this group. They do some good work, and I think it's nice to see retired folks come out and do this kind of thing. I think it's good for them, and it's certainly good to monitor the streams and ensure their health.
What got you what brought you out here? Was Bill one of the folks that you contacted on this? Or?
Yeah, I ran into Bill, I think the Yellow Breeches Watershed Association. He mentioned this, so I said, I'm interested. Yeah, so he gave me a call, and here I am.
And would you recommend this for other folks as well?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's a great effort for any retired man or woman to get involved in. You get the fresh air, meet good people, and you're doing something for the environment. It's a great idea.
And I also understand you're a big fisherman too.
I love to fish. I fish the Yellow Breeches Creek, fish the river, go to Canada. Yeah, spend a lot of time in the water.
From the Army depot?
You see that on here?
Yeah. And you were not in the Army then?
Oh, look what we got.
Oh, look at there.
Crayfish here. Yeah, we have 3 categories of creatures here. We have the ones, the Roman numeral 2s and the Roman numeral 3s. The ones are the most sensitive to pollutants. And they're like the mayflies, the caddisflies, the stoneflies, and the helgramites, and those kind of things. Then you got in the group 2, You got the scud, sow bugs, net building caddisflies, crayfish. We have a crayfish here. We'll put him in here. And then the last, you have like the worms. They go into a scoring system, and we develop a water quality score, which I think ranges anywhere from, well, theoretically 0 up to about 60. And so some of these organisms get more points than others, but it's a stratified system. We don't have to come up with an exact number. We have to show that it's somewhere between either 0 and 9, which is rare. 10 to 99 is common, and then over 100 or more is dominant. And each of those categories get higher points. But we're looking particularly for the item 1s here. These are the most sensitive creatures. They get the highest score. The 2s get the second highest, and the 3s get the lowest score. Okay.
What we're finding here are probably more indicative of a good stream than a poor stream. When you find so many scuds, that's indicative of lesser quality.
We got a lot of scuds over Trout Run. Okay, you're gonna try that. Okay. Hey, thanks for your understanding.
There we go.
Now, Bill, he's washing it out between samples.
Right, he's washing it out, yeah.
And see, we're upstream here from the other site, so that the old site doesn't interfere with the new site.
I see they're using a brush on some of those rocks. What's the purpose of that?
Well, some of the creatures tend to adhere to those rocks, particularly like the caddisfly, some of the mayflies and so forth. So you need to really pick up several rocks and scour them, actually scrub them right off. It's like doing the dishes at home. Otherwise, you don't have an accurate count. In our first sampling, we forgot to do that, and we're going to try to make up for it now here to see if we get more caddisflies. Because they're probably in there. We're just not picking them up because we didn't scour them.
My name is Jack McGinley. I'm originally from the Philadelphia area. I moved to this area back in 1972, early enough to see the Agnes floods. I worked at the New Cumberland Army Depot for 30-some years, and after retiring I felt that there was something I needed to do in terms of giving back to the community. I've involved myself in this, and this seemed to be a way I can do that. I saw an ad in the paper, I applied the ad in the paper, and they put me to work right away. And besides this, I do Meals on Wheels. I deliver Meals on Wheels.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for about 5 years. Yes, that's as long as I've been retired. That's a little longer than that.
Would this be something you'd recommend other people get involved in too?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would recommend this for anybody to get started. I think it's rewarding. And I think you're doing something for the environment, and I think we owe something to the environment.
Okay, now they carefully pick it up. There you go. And then we bring it back in here. This is our second subsample.
No problem. Look here, Bill.
Yeah, watch out, Hummer. I'm going to move this forward a little bit. Look out. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Oh my gosh, look at here, this stonefly. Now there, you want to get a shot of him, yes.
You want a good trout bait, that's it.
That's stonefly, category 1, very sensitive to pollutants.
Well, you got a lot more stuff this time. Look at here, clear down here.
Yeah, they paid to do that scouring, I think.
Where'd you?
It was a big
Okay, we've done the identification work for the most part. Now what I've got to do is take these results here and put them on our form, our standard form that we use for the PASEC program. And there's also data in there like on the weather, past 24 hours, rain, overcast, whatever. Type of stream, we're dealing with a rocky bottom here, not a muddy bottom. And so then we actually put them, you see here's the groups. Here's group 1, the most sensitive to pollutions. We got water penny larvae, hellgrammites, mayflies, gill snails. We didn't get any snails today of any kind. I know we got at least one riffle beetle. We got 2 stonefly nymphs, as I recall.
and then the non-net spinning caddisfly larvae are in that group. And then we tally up by groups. We like group 1. There's the ones that are, if we have something, a particular creature, for example, we look at the number where we have less than 10 of these group 1s. And they're rare, less than 1s, but we put the number down times this factor here, okay? And then we do the same for each one, and we actually then come up with a group score, a total score, a group 2 score, and a group 3 score, and then those all added up determine the final water quality score. Less than 20 is considered poor, and anything that's greater than 40 is considered good. We're usually in that, I'd say usually for the most part, we're in that 30 to 40, 50 range, 30 to 50 range. Fair to good. So there's always room for improvement, and what do we have? We have to constantly battle to keep what we have. Because anything that man gets involved with, he destroys the environment one way or the other. You know, that's just his basic nature, I guess. Most people. So yeah, we do this in the spring and the fall. Then you can compare the results of, say, last year's spring sample with this year's to see whether it seems to be getting better. Okay, and we're looking long-term biological health of the stream. That's the bottom line. You can do the chems, which are a snapshot at that given point in time, but you need to know how many living creatures are in the stream that are the food chain for the fish, so forth. So that's what we're doing here.